Hello and welcome to the Daily Forex Report for April 26th. We are looking at the US-Japanese yen pair first. This pair broke through previous support, closed lower. We are still looking for it to move lower. However, if it does move up on a reversal, could possibly go as high as 82.35, possibly as low as 81.00. Look for some resistance around 82.10. and look for some support around 81.50. Now looking at the Euro USD pair, this pair went up and tagged, basically broke through just by a little bit. Previous resistance, pulled back to close lower. We are looking for it to continue higher, possibly up to 146.75 and hit some resistance there. If it pulls back, look for support around 145.50. Now the pound US dollar pair, this pair closed down, has created a nice trend line over the past several days to the downside. Still looking for it to move up, possibly going as high as 1.6602, possibly as low as 163.64. Look for some resistance around 165.50 and look for some support around 164.25. Now the US Swiss, this pair continues to move to the downside, making record lows. Look for it to potentially, on a reversal, go as high as 0.8921, possibly as low as 0.8685. Look for some resistance around 0.8875 and look for some support around 0.8750. Okay, as far as news analysis, we actually have a lot. The European Union has the German CPI being released tomorrow. Year to date, they're showing an increase from 2.3% up to 2.6%. No time given exactly on that. We also have at 4:30 a.m. Eastern Time the pound releasing their gross domestic product for the first quarter, showing an increase from negative 0.5% to a positive 0.5%, and an increase year to date shown from 1.5% up to 1.8%, which would be good news for the pound. Now at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we have the U.S. releasing the FOMC rate decision. Consensus on that is that they're going to hold at 0.25%, showing up a little bit early. Typically it's at 2:15, but tomorrow at 2:15 we have the Fed's Bernanke, the Fed Chairman Bernanke speaking to the press. He has a press conference at 2:15, which is the normal time of the FOMC announcement, but it's going to be early tomorrow, so make sure and note that. We also have the New Zealand Reserve Bank of New Zealand rate decision being released at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Consensus on that is that they're going to hold rates at 2.5%, or 2.50% rather. Now, what am I looking for during this next session? Well, I'm looking for the continuation of the US Swiss to continue moving to the downside. Looking for it to come on down, at very least, down to my trend line here, which currently we're about 30 pips from, but still looking for it to move to the downside. We haven't had any significant pullbacks other than this. The next time you see a pullback in this pair, it's definitely time to look to take out the low, as it did here. You can see we ran into previous areas. We had support here, and then support showed up again, but once it broke that support, it has moved down 177 pips fairly quickly. So definitely look for that to continue to the downside. We have the US-Japanese yen pair finally moving to the downside after a strong move. It's basically almost retraced completely this move to the upside. So make sure to keep an eye on this pair, although it is running into an area of previous sideways or consolidation. Now, in the Euro USD, this pair continues to move to the upside as well. Look for the high to be taken out, the high of the previous session to be taken out, which it's almost there now. So look for the 146.56 area to be taken out, and look for an exit basically at the 147 mark, or right before the 147 mark, right about there, 146.98. That would be roughly a 43 pip move. I do believe we'll get there fairly quick. Use a risk to reward of 1-to-1 on this one. I do believe we'll see it surge to the upside once we break this previous session's high. So 1-to-1, look to enter around the 146.56 point, and I'm looking to exit around 146.98. Hope that helps, and until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.